My dear students of grade 8, once again after a very long time, welcome you all to my English class. Once again, it's RK English YouTube channel, students. Today we are at unit number 15 that we are going to discuss here. Before discussing unit number 15, students, we have some pictures given here. We can see some object and animal and place here. And here is getting started. Look at the picture and discuss why the object, animal, place is important. You can see, students, here is the first object picture of an object, that is cycle, and the second is cow, third is smartphone, and fourth one is it's a forest, and you can see green all around. It's a green and awesome place. We can see it's a place. Let's discuss about the first picture. It's a cycle, students. Why the object, animal, place is important. This first cycle, this object is important to our life. You can see riding cycle makes us healthy and fit. It's a good means of doing exercise, and that's why it's a important object of our life. And second picture, we can see a cow, a very useful animal in our life and human life. In students, it gives us milk, and its manure can be used as a rich fertilizer for agriculture purpose. That's why animal, cow is very important. And the third picture, we can see, students, your smartphone. Nowadays popular one. Each in everyone is having a smartphone, and you can students, it allows us, it provide us our daily necessity tool, in one device, and we can use it for different purposes, communication, entertainment, internet surfing, getting knowledge, and all. So students, it's very useful for our life. Last picture, that is place, you can see, and it's a forest. I see a dense forest is that, and it helps in a human in many ways. Forest, students, it provides oxygen and food and shelter in timber woods, and it also helps in students keeping environment very healthy and strong. So that's why all these objects we have discussed are very important for our life, students. And after this, students, now we have reading one text, and before reading one text, some questions are here. The first one is, what plants and animals can you see in the picture? And second one is, do you think that they are necessary for our lives? Why? So these two questions are here, students. Before discussing this picture, now have a look at the picture first. Yes, students, here is the picture here, and before discussing picture, we have pre questions. First one is, what plants and animals do you can you see in this picture? Students, we can see in the picture different animals, rhino, bear, birds are here, and a fox, and here are some dogs, and fishes. And apart from this, we can see some green plants here, students, and flora and fauna is here. And students, all these plants and animals are very very important for our life. And as we have discussed already, plants provides us oxygen and healthy environment, and animals provide us meat, milk, and leather. And students, that's why all these are very very important to our life. Students, here is the topic in reading fast, that is conservation of earth. And conservation way to save the earth, that we are going to discuss in this lesson, students. Now let's start the text now. Here we start now, students. The first paragraph, and every living creature has a place where it feels at home. Students, living creatures means every living creatures who can breathe. Are living creature, and every living creature has a place where it feels at home. Every creature have their own place where they feel like a home. When they feel like home is a place for a living creature. Let us think about the difference between some of them. So now, uh, let us do some differences between some of them. First one that we are going to talk about, polar bear. Bear are home in the Arctic. Polar bear always stay in the Arctic, and Arctic is the home place for polar bear, and they can protect themselves from freezing temperature because they have thick layer of fat. So students, how they can protect themselves from the cold freezing. Arctic is a place where there is all the time there is a snow, where temperatures goes below zero, below minus. So that's why, and these polar bear have some kind of thick layer of fat is a thick layer of fat. With the help of that, they can protect themselves from cold temperature. And the lion have their thinner coat at the home in the African grassland, where temperature can be scorching hot. Here is the scorching means, students, very very hot. It's a burning hot, means lions have their thinner coat. Thinner means very thin layer, thin hair. Coat means here. Lion have their very very thin hairs, and so that where is that? In the African grassland, where temperature is very very hot and burning, and because of their thin layer they can survive there. The place where a creature feel at home is called its natural habitat. you know the place where creature feels at home, the place where we do feel like home, is our natural habitat. Habitat is a place or shelter, we can say. It feels comfortable and quite safe there. We always feel comfortable and safe at our habitat or our natural place. Why might this be? Yes, why might this be? Why it might be. You tend to feel at home and usually safe in your own house, surrounded by your own family and friends. Students, we always feel very safe at our home instead of staying outside and somewhere else. We always safe feel very safe at our home, and because we are surrounded by our family and the family members and a friend. You have nice food to eat. Yes, of course, we often have very nice food to eat at our own habitat. Although you may not be friend with all of your neighbors, you may know them. Yes, although you may not be friend with your neighbors, you may know them. It's the same for all other creatures, and same thing applies for the other creatures. It means habitat is that place where we feel very very safe and happy. We feel happy, we feel very quiet, safe, because of our family member, because we are surrounded by our family members and the friends. There we can have a good food to eat. That's why we feel very safe at our natural habitat. Similarly, animals also do feel like that. Their natural habitat is a place where they and their ancestors have lived for perhaps millions of years along with their immediate families. Ancestor here means forefathers. forefather students. And their natural habitats means their native place, you can say, is a place where they and their ancestor have lived for perhaps millions of years. They have been living here for millions of years with their recent family members. Recent family members, immediate mean recent family members. The habitat vary greatly, usually identify different surrounding including temperature and vegetation. Yes, it's a very vast one, and which is typically in identifying different surrounding including temperature and vegetation means students here means plants. They are used to their individual climate and other species in the same habitat. Wild creatures can only live in one sort of habitat and would never survive for long in different one. As students, as I already told you, we always feel very safe at our own natural habitat, and they can't survive, for a long time in different one, and they always feel safe at their own natural habitat. Even wild creature means wild animals can also live in one shot for habitat, and would never survive for a long time, in a different one. Here is a word, conservationist means who protect animals, who works for protecting animals is called conservationist. Westernist realized that issues several decades ago and began by saving specific species which were in danger. So the people realized that it's a big issue of it's big issue from several years that they start begin saving some a particular species which are in dangers, and they did by banning some hunting, poaching, and overfishing. Poaching here means students killing of animals, and overfishing means also killing of fishes. So they how they stopped all these by doing, and they by banning and hunting and poaching and overfishing. Yes, they started saving all these species by means of banning some hunting and killing animals and overfishing. This was a great start. Yes, it was a great start and initiative by them, and but people realized that saving single species wasn't enough. So, but people realized students only to save single species, species of animal wasn't enough. The creature, home, and environment had to be saved as well. Yes, their home also should be, and environment should be also saved along with the species. So this was the initiative, the second initiative that they are going to do. They are going to start that they started saving their habitat and environment along with their species. Natural habitat are increasingly in danger everywhere. Yes, the animals natural habitat are in danger, and they are you know it's increasing day by day everywhere. People cut down forest for firewood and timber, and the creature living there may have nowhere else go. Timber means students, it's a wooden product. It's a wood by which we can make some wooden product. It's called timber, and people start cutting often. They start cutting down the trees for the purpose of firewood and the timber, and the creature living may have nowhere. That's why our living, animals don't have any place to live in because of the cutting trees and all. There may have nowhere else. Yes, they don't have any place to live, and the survival of some species have become difficult because global warming is causing ice cap to melt. So there are some danger in also some species are in danger because of the global warming, and it makes them very difficult to live in, and it's because of the causing ice caps to melt. We have to make an important decision to protect different species from becoming extinct. Means students, we can say it's you know to end, you can say vanished. Vanished is the right word here. We have to make an important decision to protect different species. Yes, they have to we have to make an important decision and into important initiative we have to take, and to protect, to save the different species from becoming vanished. We know that thousands of different species are in danger of becoming extinct. Students, as we know all that thousands of different animal species are in danger, and they are going to be vanished. And because of the human being, they are starting, you know main reason is that it's we can say cutting of trees and poaching of animals, illegal, hunting, all these, because all these making the animal very difficult to live in, and that's why they are becoming extinct. Once they are gone, they will never come back. Yes, it's quite sure that they will not come back. Once they have gone, there are probably thousands more species in existence that we don't know about, because we have not discovered them yet. As students, there are so many species also which are still alive, that we don't know, that we have to find out and we have to discover. We haven't discovered yet, and we haven't found. The ones discovered are usually located in area and habitat that are currently difficult to reach. Example of such areas include isolated rainforest, deep ocean, and Arctic and the Antarctic. So there are some example. These areas are like one is very isolated alone. That is rainforest, deep ocean, and Arctic and Antarctica. We need the other creature in the biosphere is me. That means ecosystem, because they provide us with food, building material, fuel, and medicine. Yes, students, as you know, students, we need the other creature in the biosphere. Students, we are in great need of other creature in our ecosystem, because they provide us, food, building material, fuel, and medicines. Although we get these things from the biosphere, we must use them carefully. Yes, we have to make them use very carefully, students. Although they provide all these uh, necessary things to human being, if we destroy the biosphere because we are greedy or just silly, then we will die out ourselves. Destroying biosphere system, ecosystem, means that we are destroying ourselves, students. That we are not destroying the biosphere, we are destroying the ourselves. So because of our greediness, and we are foolish, and we are foolish behavior of human being, and that's why we are destroying ourselves. This raises another interesting question. Now, another instruction in very interesting question is here arising: are humans are more important than animals? Yes, humans are more important than animals. We need to look after our biosphere to survive. The first thing that we need to look after our ecosystem so that we can survive for a long time. Conserving biosphere means looking after ourselves to ensure the survival of all living creatures on our precious, been very costly planet. It's very clear, students, surviving, protecting atmosphere, ecosystem. That means we will survive for a long time, and conservation of biosphere means, and we are ensuring our life for a long time, and that if we can't achieve this, what if we can't achieve, what will happen if we don't do this? Some scientists are planning well ahead. Students scientists are also in their research, they are planning further planning. They have in future the earth might not be able to support all the creature living on. Yes, students, they are in, we are in trouble also, students, because the earth, earth might not be able to support all the creatures living on it. They are searching for other planet in our solar system so that the human species and the other creature can move there to live. Scientists are still doing research for other planet also in our solar system, so that our human being, human species and other creature can live, can move here to live. Students, it will take a long time, but we can't say it's possible in a very recent time, but it may be, it may happen, so that the human species and other creature can move there to live. How might this be possible? It's a big question here again. Is it possible? The James Webb Space Telescope is looking for another planet that might be habitable. As I told you, students, habitable means suitable place to live in. And James Webb Space Telescope, is a researcher and a scientist who is looking for another planet that might be a good place to live in there. The telescope is looking for signs of oxygen and water vapor, and that telescope, it's looking for what the some sign of oxygen and the water vapor. Students, oxygen and water is the most important part, for of human being to live in, and so that every living creature can breathe. Without oxygen we can't live. That's why it's looking for the sign of oxygen, and the process will take may hundred of years to walk. Yes, of course, it may take hundred of years to walk. Therefore, it's extremely important that we look after the earth that we live on today. So, but still, we are on where we are living on. We are living on Earth. It's a very, very precious planet, and a beautiful planet of our solar system. It's Earth, and where we are living on. That's why it's very, very important and to look after our planet. This is all about, students, today's lesson. In this video we talked about the conservation of arts, and we study about the conservation of students. Students is very important to conservation, to save our arts that we have studied in this today's lesson, students. Students, with that I come to an end of today's lesson here, because video is going to be very lengthy one. And with that, students, I come to an end of today's lesson, students. I'll be back very soon with the next video. Till then, keep watching my video. See you in the next one.